Wipe this screen. Okay. All right. I think I'm live. Must be live. I don't know if anyone can put something in the chat if I'm live and you guys can hear me. Hold on. Oh, unmuted. All right. I am live, I think. This feels like I'm some sort of boomer figuring out technology, which is close to how it feels to be me. Um, yeah. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'm a little early. I thought I would just jump on. I was just sitting here waiting, and I thought, you know what, I might as well just jump on. It doesn't matter. So, oh, hello from Brazil. Hey, how's it going? I like Brazil. I've never been actually. I'd love to go to Brazil one day. It would be awesome to check it out. Yeah, it's definitely on the bucket list. To play some music there would be so good. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at my on my Instagram. I got a bunch of people. Some questions were asked, I guess, on my Instagram, and I thought maybe I'll answer them because we promised we'd answer them here. But I just gotta go to them. Sorry, I'm being rude. Being on my phone. What am I even doing? Oh God. That just happened to me. Oh God, that's funny. Oh, here we are. That's how I get to it. All right. So first question I have is, man, that "Baby Don't Hurt Me" thing is so funny. Um, oh, thanks so much. Thanks for sending my music's nice. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. So the first question is, where was it filmed? This music video we're about to see. It was filmed in Slovenia. Um, Unfortunately, I couldn't be on site watching it be filmed, but it was choreographed and sort of the art direction was done by this guy named Jan. I think that's how you say his first name. I can't pronounce his last name because he's Slovenian. But yeah, he's a great, awesome dancer, and there's a dance crew. And the guy, that Jan guy, actually, fun fact, is actually on tour right now with Taylor Swift dancing with her on the Eras tour right now, which is I found that kind of crazy. So, oh, nice. Yeah, I definitely should come to Brazil. Hey, um, yeah. So it was filmed there. So it's very. I think the dancers were very cold. So you'll see very cold dancers. The next question is what's my favorite lyric? It doesn't say. It doesn't say for this song, so I might just tell you my favorite lyric from another song, maybe. Be a bit cheeky. Um, I would say I don't know, actually. That's even harder question. It's easier just to answer the question for my song probably. But I do love the whole song. Okay, I'm just gonna recommend a song for lyrics completely. Is this song called "Hard Rain's Gonna Fall" from Bob Dylan. I feel like you can listen to it in any time period and it'll have relevance. Probably because the lyrics are kind of a bit ambiguous, but also still have like a really awesome sort of meaning. So, ooh, this is a good question. So, this question here is, oh, it's backwards. It's which instrument did you start with when you wrote the song? So, for my new single that got released today, slow motion. The instrument I started with was guitar. Yeah, I kind of had this sort of back and forth picking pattern on the acoustic, and I was kind of playing around with that, like a really straight kind of groove, like a one and two, one and two, that kind of thing. And then I kind of just kind of had some voice memo stuff going on. Oh, Connecticut, awesome! Hello, thanks, Americans joining us. I'm stoked. Oops, sorry about that noise. Um, what was I going with the song? Yeah, with the production. So I basically wrote the song kind of basically with like sort of an iPhone recording, I guess. And then ended up putting more production in as time went on and added in sort of different elements and stuff. And yeah. Oh, hey, Elise, how are you? Ah, it's so sweet to see you here. Yeah. So that was sort of the process. Like most of my songs, like because I don't know if people know this, but I produce like all my own stuff in my house in my studio, and it's often a pretty messy process, to be honest with you. I kind of just try like a million different things and see what works, you know? And it's definitely a tricky one. Often what I'll do when I'm producing my own track is I'll track like a ton of instruments. Like, you know, there might be like so many instruments in there at one point, and then I'll kind of take a break from it, and then I'll basically just decide that all those instruments sound like garbage and just take them all out. That's what it is. Oh, you like Losing Touch? Thanks. I like that song too. Ah, interesting fact with that song actually. So I don't know if you know this. If anyone's really familiar with my music, they know I have a certain sort of tone in my voice that I like to sing in. And in that song, I kind of was pushing my voice, and in this song as well, to a different place. And that's simply because I was recording this singer named Dami Im, and she has like a really great sort of powerful singing voice. She was on Eurovision and all this stuff. And she kind of like explained singing in a different way, like mentally for me, and that it was okay to sing from sort of different parts of your body. In other words, your face, not your body. But and it really kind of opened up a lot for me. It was really cool because yeah, up until that point, I was kind of, you know, wasn't venturing too far out of my comfort zone, but definitely on this new EP, Nighthawks is going to be totally yeah, it's a wild ride. This one. There's lots of stuff going on in this EP. It's pretty exciting. So I'm gonna answer another question actually, because I'm just babbling on here. Can you bring a course on YouTube on how to produce music at home with less resources? Ah, yeah. Actually, that's funny you say that. I have a course on my website, which is funny, and it's basically made for. Can't believe you brought that up. That's wild. It's made for artists. Like it's made for basically singer-songwriters and writers to produce their own music. It's not really made for like the super articulated, you know, mastering engineers and mix engineers. Although it gets into that, but it's more for how to get a good vibe with your with your music and get it to a point where you can maybe get it mixed by someone or even mix it yourself too. But it's like a really good starting point because I noticed because I've been doing this for so long that YouTube's a really great resource. But sometimes I've noticed a few creators do things in a way that I wouldn't really recommend on like a more professional level. Not that I'm like some highbrow pro, but I definitely know what works and doesn't work sometimes. And I just see some of these creators kind of making these sort of I suggestions to younger engineers and producers, and sometimes it can lead down a dark path. So it's good to invest in your education if you can. Um, yeah. Let me just see another question here. Oh, okay. So if I had to pick a lyric, what would be my favorite from the song? Um, hmm. I don't know. This lyric kind of made me reminds me of my daughter for some reason. It's little spaces in my heart where I find you underneath. I like that lyric a lot. It's sort of like reminds me of my daughter Miko for some reason, even though the song's not really about that person. But I find with my songwriting, I don't really spend I spend a lot of time on the lyrics, but I kind of spend more time on each line. You know, sometimes I like to just get a line in a song that feels like it has a real significance to me. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be this big cohesive thing that has a moral ending that's like this crazy thing. It's more like I like just kind of giving little snippets of life and just putting them together in this little puzzle, which is a song. So but yeah, I'm pretty excited for you guys to see this video. It's so cool. It actually blew my mind, like because I wasn't skeptical, but this dance company kind of basically approached me or whatever and said, "Oh, we love your music. We'd love to do a clip." And I wasn't really sure what to expect. Like, not that I didn't think that they would do a good job. I just didn't know if our visions would align, if you know what I mean. So putting a lot of trust into. Oh, hey, Dave. Oh man, how funny is that, Dave? Our phone. I had a phone call with one of my managers on here, Dave, and it was like the funniest phone call. It was hilarious. And Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Thanks, Crystal. You you make my life so good. Yeah. But I don't know where I was going with it, but more or less, moral of the story is that you have to trust other people when you're doing creative projects with other people. You got to trust them and trust the process. Um, oh, what's my favorite lyric on this track? I did say that earlier, Dave. If you were here, no, I'm just kidding. But I can. My favorite lyric, another favorite lyric. Let me think. Um, I'm just trying to think right now. It's funny. I'm drawing a blank. Hey, it's funny. You spend so much time working on these songs, and then you just forget the lyrics off the top of your head. I don't know. I do like the chorus actually. When I wrote the chorus, I felt really stoked about it. Like I was like, oh, I like this chorus a lot. Like I was pretty excited about the chorus, to be honest with you. The slow motion heartache. It's kind of got a nice sort of sentiment to it, and it kind of feels like it's, I don't know. All my songs are kind of vulnerable in a weird way. I think when people come to my shows, they kind of walk away traumatized. No, I'm just kidding. Not traumatized, but they probably feel a bit sensitive, which is the point, I think. So, but I have another one. Hey, Network. Network's my label. They're on this live right now. They're honestly, guys, you guys have been so amazing. I just got, I don't know. I don't really get a chance to thank you guys, but seriously, like I've loved working with you guys. It's been so nice. So thank you. And thanks to everyone that's on the team that's on this live, which is funny. Oh, this is a weird question someone's asked me. If Springsteen was singing in slow-mo and Dylan was singing in regular speed, who would be out of key? And this is from, I think it's like this guy that like is kind of like a troll on my Instagram, which I actually kind of love. Kind of love it. He like just shakes it up. Um, I think they would both be perfectly in key. To be honest, to be fair, Springsteen's probably got a bit better voice, like from a singer's perspective, like singing wise. But I feel like Dylan had this time in the '60s when he was doing like, I guess it would be like Highway and like Blonde on Blonde, like those kinds of eras, and his voice sounded so good, in some of these records, and then all of a sudden it just changed into like this more nasally thing, which I still don't mind, but it's not the same as his OG stuff, which makes me sound like I'm some boomer or something, but that's just the truth. Um, but yeah, no, that's so cool. And maybe I should talk more about the clip actually. Yeah, so this clip was filmed in like Slovenia, which is kind of wild to me because there's so much happening in Eastern Europe, as everyone knows with the whole, situation over there. And it just kind of made me want to go there really because the scenery in the clip is so beautiful. Like it has this sort of really untouched wilderness and wild sort of, I don't know, openness to it or something, and it's so interesting to me. I'm originally from Canada and I live in Australia now, so it kind of reminds me of home as well, which is like, it's always nice to see that. So yeah, and the girls dancing in it, I always forget how to pronounce their names properly because they're from Eastern Europe, but they're just like I was super impressed. Like I don't know enough about dancing to really know what technically like what they're achieving, which is probably really high level. But from like my sort of very limited knowledge of it, yeah, I thought it was amazing. Some of the moves and just the emotion you can get in from a dance. I just didn't even know that you could move in a sense that like makes you feel something. So that was kind of a new experience for me when with watching this video. It was super super cool. So I can't wait for y'all to see it. It's gonna be really really cool. Yeah, but yeah. Dave, good question. How much does my landscape and my wilderness affect me? I think it affects me a lot. Hey, like if I'm like I find every day I have to be like because I live right by the beach. I'm pretty lucky, and I get to go down there with like my dog or my kids and stuff, and we cruise down there. And I think that's super important to me because I can often be spending lots of time working on music or producing or whatever, and to get outside is super important. Usually on the weekend, actually, we would try and make a goal of doing something naturey, um, just to kind of, I don't know, it just makes you feel like you're like a living person. I think a lot of us work these jobs that are really sort of labor intensive with our minds, if that makes sense. And sometimes we like honestly probably like disconnect with like our body and our surroundings because we're so busy getting back to so and so, or whatever it is you're doing. So it's nice to do that. I know everyone always talks about doing that, but I honestly think it is actually a good thing to do, to get outside and sort of just, you know, have a moment where you're just not bothered or distracted by anything. So, but yeah, no, I'm super excited. I think we got like one more minute until I'm gonna end this, and then we're gonna watch the video together, which is gonna be super cool. So, super excited, and thank you guys all for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys supporting my music over the years and stuff. Um, would you compose for dance shows? I totally would. Actually, was almost made it. I was doing. I got approached to maybe do some scoring for like a movie, and I thought about trying it out, but just wasn't the right fit. But I would love to do that. To do instrumentals or something for like a moody ballet or something, or a contemporary dance company. It would be super cool. So maybe down the track, that could be a cool thing. Anyways, guys, so good to see you all, and I will catch you guys soon. We will see you later. All right, see you guys. I'm dancing on my TikTok. Yeah, maybe in another life, Dave. I can't dance. Maybe one day. All right, guys. We'll see you later. See you guys.